So, what's good, y'all? It's Kim, and today, really, I wanted to talk about intentions with clothing, especially when building a clothing brand. It's something that hit my ears that a lot of my two mentors, I would like to say, are people that I really draw from because I myself want to end up to the point where I have my own successful brand, putting out clothes that I can put my name to, and something that they said that was really hit on my ears and really stuck with me and still is really a driving point in which I create clothes or really think in which I want to create in the future to be as, and it really just stems from intention and how I gain that intention and what type of intention my clothes bring and what type of intention my creativity brings into the world and everything. Everything has a purpose. If you're doing something in this world and you can't stem it from some type of purpose within your life, or it has no intention, you are simply just wasting your time, essentially. As always, I'm not really coming here with a new introspective idea, a new idea, or something cool, different, or anything. It's just me sitting here and just yapping about things that just crossed my mind, that I felt like I just wanted to talk about it in a long form video. So yeah, let's talk. I really do believe when we really talk about clothes and clothing brands and just actual intentions in which those clothing brands bring, or purpose that those clothing brands actually bring into the world, I think a lot of us, especially when we're starting brands, we tend to forget or don't actually think deeper than just the brand name. A lot of new designers or a lot of new people that are aspiring to put something out into this fashion world are really mistaking that, me as included. Especially when I started in high school, I saw everything that was online, and the things that were online weren't inspiring me to make clothes, but I was seeing everything that was being put inside my face and my eyes, and I just thought, okay, cool, I can make this cooler, but just because I can make this cooler or make this in my own different way, that isn't an actual purpose for the actual clothes. That isn't an actual intention for the actual clothes. Looking at brands like Rick Owens, Louis Vuitton, all these other places, the reason why they last so long, or the reason why they even became such staples in fashion, is because they had their own intention. And even now, since they're at the highest level of fashion in this world, the reason why they stay there up to this point, not only just because of their notoriety and name, but the reason why they're always climbing and looking for new creatives to drive their brand forward is because the actual designers that they're bringing on are actually bringing some type of purpose or some type of wealth or intention into the brand. Understanding that was something I genuinely took me a long time to really be clipped to, and I'm still working my way up to that point in which I actually fully grasp that. I think the first time I really it really clicked in my head that, oh yeah, intention for the brand doesn't mean what I actually want it to be, but what it should be, or how do I actually emulate these things within my clothing. The first time that really popped in my head is when I was sitting down talking to August and Amir, two of my, I would low-key say I would put them as not only just friends of mine, but I also put them as mentors because I really pay attention to a lot of the stuff they say. And there was one conversation that they were having, and the conversation was really just about a lot of brands today don't actually have a genuine purpose in what they're actually putting out. You can look online and you can probably see 20 different streetwear brands, and they're talking about health awareness or mental health, this and that, get to the bag, chase money, this, that, and that. But there isn't any substance behind that. There isn't any type of purpose that they're genuinely putting out into the world that another brand isn't fulfilling. You can find 20 shirts online right now, or 20 shirts on Instagram saying get to the bag, but none of those shirts are really putting out genuine intention or genuine actual purpose into the world. Fulfilling something that your clothes itself transcends just being clothes. Everyone's looking at all these big brands and everything, Balenciaga and all that, but you're not Balenciaga. You don't have that type of notoriety. You don't have that type of status and everything. You genuinely have to build from the bottom up. And when you understand that, you have to understand that there's more intention that you have to put into your actual clothes than you are really actually thinking about. not only just the actual make of the clothes, like you don't have to be the most cut and sew, this and that. Oh, this is selvage denim. This, oh, this is this. I'm referencing this. I'm referencing that. But your clothes after actually fulfilling something within just not only fashion, but just the general public. Every t-shirt, every pants, every shoe, every hat always fulfills its purpose. It will always fulfill the purpose of protecting your body, like covering your body. It is your body sanctuary. That will always forever be the purpose of clothes. Forever, ever. Like no one really walks around naked unless you're, I don't know where in the world you will find that. When you further expand the actual ideas in which your brand is and what your brand fulfills within society, not just fashion, within society itself. Too many times I feel like me personally or other brands or people that are aspiring to put out clothes are thinking of this small niche instead of thinking from broad to small. Like your clothes have to translate as clothes to just anyone. And then you centralize that actual thought. And that's also something that I really stem from August and them. Like stuff like staples. Every brand has a staple. Every brand has a pair of jeans that they are known for. Every brand has something that not even just that they're known for, but something that's so universally known or understood. And just like you can look at that pair of pants and you'll be like, okay, this is the slim fit Levi like jeans cut pants. And every brand has taken some part of that cut, some part of that understanding of what that pair of pants will always be. They have translated it into the world, translated it into their own brand. And that's things that not only beginner designers or just creatives as their own have to like understand, that translating things from your world to the outside world in which people are actually consuming your stuff is something that you need to acquire. That ability to also create your actual world, but it's able to be digested from people outside of that world or people that are slowly transitioning into your utopia in which you want your clothes to actually dwell in. It's a language that you have to understand. It's a language that I feel like I haven't understood until they actually asked me, or that point, this actual point in my head clicked. And I'm still working towards that actual understanding. And once you find that understanding, it's even more work after that. Because once you find that point in which you want your clothes to dwell in, once you find that actual meaning and purpose for your brand and society, you're always going to forever have to check off, does your brand matter? Does it actually matter? Does it matter that people know that your brand stands for this? Does it, well, yeah, obviously I just explained that. But does your brand as a whole actually matter? Will someone actually care that you did this to the shirt? Would someone care that you did this to the pants? It's something that's actually pretty discouraging to people, or at least discouraging to me. When I'm sitting here thinking about a new design, or I'm sitting here thinking about something that I wanted to do, like I went out to to a fabric store and I got a bunch of squashes of fabrics that I like, and squashes that I really like genuinely mess with because they emulate ideas that have just easily clicked in my head. But the most discouraging thing to figure out, or the most challenging thing, I don't want to say discouraging, but the most challenging thing to really figure out is that at the end of the day, if I ever make these ideas, if I ever get to the point where I can actually bring these ideas to life, would they matter? Would someone actually care? I think that's something that everyone has to deal with, and finding that purpose within not only your brand but within yourself. I think as creatives, we fall into a constant loop in which everyone's doing the same thing. This isn't a new take, and this isn't like something that like I've come up myself. A lot of people have said this. Like, we are slowly falling into trends consistently, and that's normal. It's not a bad thing, and a lot of the time it really isn't. But as a creative that's consistently putting out new stuff, as a designer that really wants to put out cool things that are actually hold some type of purpose, you can't just continuously be emulating the same thing to the same people 20 times in 20 different ways that look exactly the same. Like, not everyone needs the same salvage denim. Not everyone needs the same baby tee that looks exactly like the next. Not everyone needs the same puff print hoodie. Not everyone needs a Hellstar hoodie that looks like another Hellstar hoodie. Like that to me has no purpose, and that to me brings no purpose into society. I would say brands that I genuinely feel that are genuinely building that for themselves, F&K, mainly because I've actually seen like the behind the scenes and how bro actually thinks and processes his stuff, and the stuff I've taken from August. F&K is one of those brands that I feel like are actually genuinely building a world and actual genuine purpose for their brand. Ion Gaff, I've been following bro for a while, and I genuinely feel like now he's actually getting to the point where he's actually building a purpose, or is essentially a world for his actual brand. And within him doing that, stemming away from this Ion Gaff idea, because before the idea of the actual brand was just him not giving an F, but now he's established an outlook and how his brand looks like and how his brand operates and what you would expect from the brand. And within him doing that, I genuinely feel like as a consumer, like he's slowly building a genuine purpose for his art and his work. Going into like my own process in which I trying to figure out my own purpose for my brand is, for one, I can't take anything outside of the world and bring it into me. If I'm my own individual self, if I'm my own actual person, and I'm trying to create something to put out into the world, taking from the world and not taking something from within myself and actually putting it into my clothes to be pushed out into the world feels wrong and like backwards to me. So taking from my own background and understanding and who I am as an actual person and what of my experiences and everything, taking from that and actually building my purpose within my clothes and creating that purpose in which my clothes fulfill within the world is a way that I believe that every creative should figure out how their clothes emulate themselves and how their clothes actually create that purpose that I'm actually talking about. Taking stuff that I actually love from the outside world and combining that with my actual purpose and who I am as a person. I don't know how I combine those two words into whatever. Taking those two parts of two different worlds and mingling them into each other is essentially me by itself. That actually just hit me. Like, that's literally creating an actual person. Taking the environment and their personal experiences and combining them to each other is creating an actual person. And people create purpose, and when you create an actual person, that person holds a purpose in society. So just like how you create a person that operates in society, that's how you should think about making your clothes and making your clothing brand. If you are extracting things from yourself and you're taking pieces from the outside world that you genuinely love and you fall in love with, mingling those two things and creating a world and establishing a premise for those two things that are consistent within your brand, that's how you create purpose. I figured it out. Exactly. That's literally it. Okay, so that's really just like my yap sesh. I really just wanted to talk about this because it when I talk about stuff out loud or to people, it just helps it helps my mind genuinely think about things faster and better, especially about topics like this. If you like these videos, like or whatever. If you like my channel, I have vlogs and other stuff on the channel. So yeah, subscribe if you like my content or whatever. So yeah, leave a comment. Actually, yeah, genuinely, leave a comment of what you think. And if you have an opinion or you want me to yap about something that you think would be actually relative to who I am. I don't know. You don't know me. So yeah. I don't know why my voice is like this, but cool. Deuces for like the third time. Bye-bye.